Hey guys, Pokémon here. In today's video, we're going over all of our shinies from the year 2023 in one video. Yes, 365 days worth of shiny hunting, all in one video. I'm going to show you guys every single shiny we got, and there's a lot of them. But first, I want to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. Hopefully, you guys all have an incredible 2024, and I wish the best for each and every one of you guys. And thank you guys for checking out the channel, first of all. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't. But let's get into the shinies, because as you can see, we have over 2,000 shinies caught in the year 2023, age 0 to 365, as you can see. But that's not it. Yes, we had ourselves a bunch of shiny transfers. The official count right now is 2,273. Now, that might go up because when I'm recording this, it's December 30th, so we still have one more day to shiny hunt, but it might only go up a few. I'll let you guys know. But we start with... No, it looks like that is not how we started. This one was caught at like 8. Now we start with it. No, I'm just playing. This isn't actually caught in 2023 for whatever reason. It counts as age. And we start with a Spearow. It looks like we started with the Olomomola, but this one is actually caught a few hours before 2023. And even when I put year 2023, it pops up as it. I don't know why. I think I caught it at like 8:30 p.m. that day, like literally a few hours before the year ticked over. So that's technically a 2022 shiny. But let's get right into the first shiny. As you can see, it was a Spearow and a double Pidgey. We had a very bird start to the year. It was a little bit frustrating, but just funny memes, I guess. But I didn't want to see any more Pidgeys after that. But we did get a Reshiram, which was awesome. And this one, honestly, is a great shiny. We had a raid hour for it recently. Caught even another one. But we definitely do take a shiny Reshiram. But after that was this, a shiny Heracross, which I was so happy to get, and this is my only female shiny Heracross at that point. I was very, very happy to get it. Completed both the male and female shinies finally, and so I was very happy to go ahead and pick this one up. And again, it's an amazing shiny, a regional. It's just awesome. But that's not the only Heracross we got this year. You'll see more later. But we did get a shiny Wynaut too long after that, and this one I was actually super happy about because Wynaut I didn't have in my collection yet. This was my first ever shiny Wynaut. We got it during the New Year's event last year. And maybe we'll get another one this year. We'll have to see. But we move on to a Bronzor. Okay, we cannot go every single shiny because or else we're going to be here all day. But we go to a Party Hat Wurmple, which you love to see. This one, I need to take a second to show off because I grinded so hard for it in the wild. And we finally got on the last day of last year's New Year's event on the 4th. And I was so happy to get this one. It's just an awesome one. The hat is bigger than it, which I love, and it's going to be in raids, I think, this year, for this year's New Year's event, so good luck with that if you do some raids for it. But then we follow that up with a Psyduck. I mean, look, we had to take a second for Psyduck because I love Psyduck, and it's a great shiny, right? And that was 5 days in the year, but then we move on to Chespin Community Day, and we had a lot of fun with that one. And actually, as you can see, a lot of them were transferred, sorry. But we had a Stunfisk hatch on that day, and right after, we got this. We got a 96% shiny Pidove, just randomly. I still haven't evolved this. Maybe I should do that, but we did get a bunch of shiny Chespin. We actually transferred a lot of them in transfer videos, so you know, they're with Professor Willow now. But we did get ourselves a shiny Delibird, and this was actually the day we got back to Pennsylvania, and we popped off. We went on a grind, got our not first ever, got a shiny Delibird and Beldum, and then we got our first ever shiny Purloin at the time, and we followed that up with another one a few days later. But we got all these shinies, I'm pretty sure all in the same day, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, as you can see, all in the same day. Well, this one's the next day. Okay, well, it ends with that Skitty, but I'm pretty sure we got like 7 shinies that day, first day back in PA. It was absolutely insane, but we followed that up with not 1, 2 shiny Zekroms, a Marill, and a double Swirlix during that Spotlight Hour, which you love to see. I mean, look, I love the Cookie Dough Swirlix. It's a bit of a theme this year. You guys will see that, but we'll keep going on. I mean, you see a Jigglypuff, Rawls, Chimchar, shiny Shadow Machop, which is named Kyle, after one of my members. Shout out to you, Kyle. But yeah, we go on and we got more stuff. We got some dinos. We got our second shiny Noibat at the time. This was before Community Day. We finished that shiny line and we got ourselves a Dedenne. This was the debut event for Dedenne, and this was awesome. I was so happy to get this, and it happened 12 minutes before the end of the event. Yes, I had checked almost 500. I was starting to lose hope. I basically had given up at that point. And then we found the shiny, which was awesome, which you love to see. And we move on. We got ourselves even more shinies, including a shiny Regice, right into Larvitar Classic Community Day, where we did get a 98% shiny and a Hundo. yeah, we'll show the Hundo off later. But we got a ton of shinies, as you can see. Some of them have been transferred, but still have so many carried over. And then we went into a Galarian Darumaka into a level 1 shiny fish. You gotta love the shiny fish. And it's level 1. I mean, you can't be mad at that. But then shiny Tapu Koko debuted, and we got a few of those. And that was awesome. I love Tapu Koko a lot. And that event was a lot of fun. We got ourselves some Blitzels. We got Ponyta, some Magnemites. And then we move on to Shiny Shadow Magnemite, which you love to see. I mean, look at this thing. It's so awesome with the red eye. I was very happy to pick this up, and I actually got it first attempt. And I should have evolved one of these at some point because I have 2 of them now. We'll talk about the second one in a bit, but yeah, I have 2 of them now. Then we move on to Electrike and Helioptile, which we evolved into Heliolisk to finish that shiny line, and that shiny line is a great shiny line, so I was very happy to pick that up. But then we move on to Noibat Community Day, and as you can see, it was pretty awesome. It was a great day, and we got ourselves an XXL shiny as well, which I haven't evolved. Should I evolve that? You guys let me know in the comments down below. But we did get a bunch of shinies, and we actually finished it up with a shiny Shadow Beldum, which was awesome. I mean, look, shiny shadows are awesome, and to get Beldum, one of the better ones, one of the most strongest ones, I mean, that's just awesome. Then we move on to Hoo-Hoo, which is nice. Another Tapu, which this one being Tapu Lele, and I actually got this, I think, like 5th or 6th raid. And I forgot to mention Tapu Koko, I got it first raid, which was awesome. That was very cool. But then we move on. We had some egg hatches, as it seems, here with a couple babies. I think these were both hatched like on the same day. Let me see. The 8th and the 8th. Yeah, these were both hatched on the same day, which you love to see. And we move on. We got another Lamola, including a bunch of Love Disc. And sorry if you guys hear the dogs. They're barking. I think some people are putting fireworks the day before New Year's. Don't know what's going on there. But we move on with the recap. We got ourselves an Onyx Smoochum, which actually was my second shiny Smoochum at the time. So I was very happy. My first one without the costume. Very happy about that. Then we got ourselves our first ever shiny Spritzy, which is awesome. This shiny is a great one. It released late 2022, I believe, at a Safari Zone or something like that. And it's just a great shiny. I was very happy to go ahead and pick that up. And then you see the bird theme came back a little bit. We got a Spearow. Yeah, but this is actually where Hoenn Tour Las Vegas starts. And we actually got, the day before Hoenn Tour Las Vegas, we got 2 shinies exploring Las Vegas, which was a lot of fun. Hatched one and caught the Zigzagoon. And then we started with a Meditite and a Zigzagoon for Hoenn Tour Las Vegas. But as you can see, we got tons of shinies, including Rainy Cast Form. And we moved down, we got a 666 CP Volbeat. We got ourselves so much stuff, a random, yes, a Alolan Geodude. It was not part of the event at all, so I'm going to put down a Magnetic Lure to spawn more Pikas. And I got this, so random. But then when you keep going, we got more stuff. We got a level 1 Lotad. We got some unknown shiny, more Cast Form, Kyogre, Groudon. I think we picked up one eventually as well. Another Kyogre. And you can see just so many shinies. Relicanth. I actually hatched 6 shiny Relicanth, but I traded one of them. Well, not one of them. Traded 5 of them away to my friends that really wanted them. It's, well, honestly, a shiny I really like, but I wanted to make sure that all my friends got it as well. So we did trade a bunch of those away. But we got ourselves a shiny Kecleon, which was awesome. This one is just so awesome, and I did get a second one. We'll talk about that later. A little bit of a, you know, what is it called? Sneak peek to what's coming up soon. But gotta love a shiny Kecleon. And we also got a shiny Spinda, which at the time was my first ever shiny Spinda. And again, future Tony is telling you guys there's another one coming up. But yeah, we keep going. Got ourselves some more stuff. Shiny Babagon. We got a tiny shiny. This was my first ever tiny shiny. I forgot to mention Noibat was my first ever huge shiny. My first ever tiny shiny was this. It was a C-Dot, which we evolved all the way into a Shiftry, which you love to see. And we keep going. We got some more shinies. Latias, which was in the wild, which was actually pretty awesome. And then we got a Lake Tahoe shiny. So we were in Lake Tahoe for a few days, and let's just say the snow was almost as tall as me in some places, if not taller. And we did find a shiny there in the hotel, which was awesome. And so yeah, that was a thing. Then we flew back to New York, and we got ourselves this in the airport at 3 a.m. Yeah. And then we woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yes, we got no sleep that day. And went ahead and played, Hoenn Tour Global and popped off because it was worth it, because we got this, a level 1 wild shiny Latias, which was awesome. We also got more stuff, including back-to-back shiny Torkoals, one of which I traded to my friend John, who at the moment said, hey, you're trading me one of those. Like, because I hatched them back-to-back right in front of him. And Torkoal's a great shiny as well. But we move on. We got Feebas, Pikachu, Cacnea. I actually actually chose Cacnea. If you guys played this event, you know that you chose either the Cacnea line, Gulpin, or Surskit, and you got majority of those. You got more of those, and I picked Cacnea, and I got a lot of them. Then we move on. We got a shiny 96% Shinininja, and as you can see, more shiny Castform. Just so many of those. But we move on. Even got more shinies. Unknown, a shiny 98 Sableye, a Goku bad. So close to being Shundo. Had mega that sense. We also got a Shuppet that was a 93%. Love that. Also got more shinies, as you can see. You know, a purple whale with Kyogre. That was actually my only shiny legendary on day 1, which was crazy. But then we popped off, got a Rayquaza, and got more later on. But I think that Rayquaza actually is after the event, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this is actually after the event. Sorry. Miscommunication. I do think that this was the only legendary I caught during Hoenn Tour Global. Wow. Okay. Yeah, pain. But we did get a shiny Shadow Magnemite right when we got back to PA. It was absolutely crazy. On the 28th, you can see there. And look, I mean, in 1 month, we got 2 Magnemites and a Beldum. Crazy. But then we move on. We got a Rayquaza. Tornadus came back into the rage. We got a shiny for that. Spearow, of course. We move on. We got another shiny Shadow Beldum, and then the Hitmonday came up, and this was a crazy one, because not only did I get shiny Tyrogue in the final leg, I was a little bit crazy on this one. I basically put myself to a challenge where I had to guess the next Hitmon, and as you can see, I've transferred most of them. Yeah, I caught like 17 shinies on that day. I only got to keep these 6 that you guys see here. Yeah, it was a lot of pain, okay? It was a lot of pain. I've also traded a few away. But we move on. We got a Bergmite, a Alolan Grimer, and then we got our 2,000 shiny. You guys are going to see our 3,000 shiny, 3,000 shiny words eventually in this video. Then we move on. We got ourselves a shiny Smeargle. I love when Smeargle is able to be shiny in events. I was very happy to pick this one up. Also got a shiny Ho-Ho, and again, Spearow. Yeah. Why? But we move on. We got a shiny Arbok, which is actually a shiny Ekans that was level 1, but I love shiny Arbok so much, so I evolved it. Then we move on. Alolan Meowth, Ponyta, Beneries loved me for whatever reason in March. Beneries loved me all the way into the Easter event. But then we got Slowpoke Community Day, absolutely popped off. Also forgot to mention Spritzy yet again. Awesome. Evolved that one. But yeah, a bunch of Slowbros, Slowpokes, and right after, on cue, another shiny Shadow, which you love to see. This was like my best run on shiny Shadows I've ever had, and I got like 4 Beldums. You're going to see another one soon. But then the Let's Go event, I believe that's what it was called, came around, and we swapped Kyogres from Hoenn Tour, actually, so that's one of the Kyogres we caught at Hoenn Tour. But we got a Meltan, Trubbish, Caterpie, Ditto, which you love to see, shiny Ditto. This was an awesome event where both shiny Ditto and shiny Meltan were eligible and boosted, which was awesome. Then we got a couple shiny Snubbles and Trubbish. I love shiny Trubbish so much. This thing is awesome. But we keep going. We got Roggenrola, we got Starly, more Meltan, and more Dittos, which you love to see. And then Lugia came back to right, so we got one of those, and we move on. We got a Pidgey. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Another Rayquaza from a lucky trade that was traded from what's it called, from Hoenn Tour. So some of my spare legendaries I had swapped with lucky trade, so some of them are going to show up later on. But we move on, and we got ourselves even more stuff. So this starts one of my best events of the year, the Easter event, and we not only hatched 1 but 2 shiny Riolus. This was way before we knew that Riolu hatch day was coming, so I got my first and second shiny Riolus, got that line done. Hatched a Togepi with the costume, caught a Baneri with the costume, also hatched a shiny Rockruff, Munchlax, Pichu with the costume, we got a random Whisper, Patrat, another Baneri with the costume, another Togepi with the costume, Jirachi, which was awesome. We finally finished that research and just had horrible IVs, but it is what it is. We got shiny Jirachi this year, which was awesome. Next year, we're going to get shiny Shaman. That research may take a while, but we will get it done, and we're giving away a bunch of those tickets, so make sure you're subscribed. But yeah, we go on with more of this event. We got so many shinies, as you can see. My first shiny Azurill. Later on in the year, we got a hatch day, but that was my first one at the time, so I was very happy about it. We also got an Eevee with the Flower Crown, which was really cool. We traded one of those away. We did get a second one. We traded one of those away to my friend Masterball. Shout out to him. But then we got more Purloins and a Galarian Meowth to help me finish this line, and I love this shiny so much. That and Berserker. Great shinies, really underrated. Then we move on to Community Day. We got Togepi, Togetic. Togepi and Eggs was boosted, and it was awesome. And I think this was our best IV one of the day, but it was awesome. It was a great day. We got ourselves tons of shinies, as you can see, and we move on to some random event, which we got a Helioptile, which was awesome, and we got more stuff coming. I mean, oh, we had the research day for Stunfisk, which was pretty awesome. Debuted this Stunfisk. I did trade a few away, but I think I got 9 on the day. Then we move on. We got another Kyogre lucky trade. I've been trying to get that Hundo. Haven't been successful. Then with this event, we also got the debut of Shiny Drillbur. Forgot to mention that. But right here, you can see, where did it go? Where did you go? You disappeared. There you are. Excadrill. I was lost for a second. Excadrill right there. We evolved one of our shiny Drillburs. You'll see the second one soon. But we also got our second shiny Binacle to evolve into Barbarnacle. I love this thing so much. It is awesome. Barnacle Man is awesome. Okay, don't give it a second move, Tony. We move on. We got ourselves a shiny Fungus, a 98 Mamoswine, and this was my most painful community of the year because I had to transfer every single shiny. You guys luckily spared me and let me keep my shiny 98. Thank you, guys. But basically, I put myself to a stupid challenge where I had to find a Hundo or I had to transfer every single shiny that I had caught on that day. I got 47 shinies. I had to transfer 46 of them because you guys let me keep this one. Thank you again. But we did get a Hundo on that day, which was cool, but wasn't shiny, unfortunately. Then we got, Almighty Bidoof. Gotta love it. Followed with another Spearow down here. At least it's level 1. At least it's level 1, right? But then we move on. Got more Hoppips, Yungoos, a Genesect, which you love to see. I love Genesect so much. Great shiny. Then Cleavor Raid Day came around, and I actually traded a few of them away. One of them away, I believe, but I got 3 on the day. Then we move on with Lillipup, Krogunk. You gotta love Krogunk. And then we have my birthday. And for my birthday, I got 3 shinies. What a present from Niantic. We got a Pidove here, a Lantern, which was a Chinchou, obviously, and a Tepig. So 3 shinies on my birthday. That was pretty awesome, honestly. And yeah, I was very happy to get a couple shinies on my birthday. Then we got ourselves more shinies before Fennekin Calm Day, where we got this, a Hundo shiny, which was so awesome. I love Hundo so much, and to get a Hundo shiny, that was my first one ever, my only one ever. So I was very happy to pick that up on Fennekin Calm Day. Then we move on. We got Skorupi, Poochyenas, Houndoom, Hoppip, Coughing. I love shiny Coughing. This was the one that completed my line, so I was very happy to pick that up. And we got more doggos and more stuff. Then we had the Golden Research Day, and we got so many golden shinies, including Fish. You gotta love shiny Fish so much. I was so happy to get so many of these. And yeah, as you can see, so many. We got a Caterpie, which I still haven't evolved all the way. Well, it's not a Caterpie, a Metapod, right? But it was a Caterpie, was a 96, was my best IVs on the day, but I kept it as a Metapod for beams. But then we move on, more golden shinies, as you can see. And then right after the golden shiny day, on that day, we got this, a bronze shiny, which is so funny. We came in 3rd place, I guess, for the day. I don't know. But we move on. We got more shinies popping up. This was the summer, and this was starting the Water Festival event, I believe, and I got my first and second shiny Finneon, which was pretty awesome. And we got some other awesome shinies, but missed out on shiny Clauncher. And I'll tell you guys now, I still don't have that shiny. I'm still hunting for it, so hopefully we can get it at some point. But we go over Axu Calm Day. As you can see, we got over 50 shinies, including a level 1 one there, and just so many. It was a lot of fun, that event. I had a lot of fun with it. And we move on to our second Finneon, as you can see there, but even more. We got so many more shinies. We got a shiny Horsey that finished that line. We got Onyx, randomly, that was part of that event, I believe. That and Alolan Executor. I was finding so many of that event. I don't think Onyx was part of that event. I think that was just random, but I found a lot of Alolan Executors at event. And then we move on to the debut of Shiny Nihilego, which I was so happy to pick up one of. It is a great shiny, that one. But we move on. This again is the summer, and no, oh, is it? Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, what? This is my tiny shiny Solrock that I picked up in the summer during the Solstice event. This is a normal Solrock. That is a tiny. Gotta love it. I love tiny shinies. Why do I not have that marked? I don't know why. We're gonna do it live with the video for you guys. I apologize for that, because we did get a lot of tiny and huge shinies, and they kind of start here. But then the Fomantis event started, and the debut of shiny Fomantis. And this one is a great shiny. I was happy to pick up 3. I got 3 in the final 36 hours of the event, I believe. It was absolutely crazy. I was hunting so hard. And we actually transferred a lot of Ledibas in here. Transferred about like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, Ladybug, I did not like it, that event. I was finding way too many. But we move on, and we got the debut of Shiny Turtonator, and now I got 2, but I traded one away, and this one is a tiny Shiny Turtonator. This one, again, why are you not marked? You are marked like as a top 10 most rare, but you're a tiny shiny. You're special, boy. But yeah, I love that shiny so much. It's just so good. It's one of my favorite Alolan shinies, and to get it as a tiny shiny was even cooler. And I also got my first shiny Vullaby, which was awesome. And then we move on to Borscht shinies, and we got ourselves July 4th, which I actually had a crazy perfect shiny for that. We got this, a Galarian Zigzagoon, as well as a Sandshrew and Rockruff. So it was really just the perfect, you know, red, white, and blue day. I mean, cool. And also, sorry again if you guys hear the dogs. But we move on. We got more stuff. We did a lucky trade for Ray again, and this one was a 96, which was pretty awesome. You definitely don't complain about that one. But yeah, wish it was maybe Shondo, maybe one day. Who knows? But yeah, we got more stuff. I also forgot to mention Quillfish. Great shiny, really underrated. We also got our first ever shiny Igglybuff. I've officially gotten every single baby shiny except for Pichu with like certain outfits and stuff, but I'm pretty sure I have every single baby shiny unless I'm mistaken. We'll see. But yeah, we got ourselves the anniversary event where we had a bunch of starters, and we found starters every single day, including this, an XXL shiny Mudkip, my favorite starter of all time. Yes, it's my favorite starter of all time, although Fuecoco's about to try to punch it in the face, but hey, Mudkip's super effective with both typings, okay? So it's the boy. But yeah, we got an XXL shiny Mudkip, which you love to see. Then Squirtle Calm Day came around, and we did get a Squirtle with the glasses, but then we had a redo of that, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But more shinies popped up, and this Beedrill is actually a wild shiny Beedrill. I caught it as a Beedrill, not as a Weedle, right? But this was actually the same daily instance where I Master Balled my Moltres, which was awesome. I mean, to get a shiny and 2 Galarian Birds, I actually had a Zapdos on that instance as well. So I had 2 Galarian Birds and a Beedrill, best daily instance I've ever had. But we move on, we got more shinies popping up. As you can see, Absol was in this event, and we found so many of those. It was very common. And yeah, we found even more shinies, and then Riolu Hatch Day happened, and we found 3, but we traded 2 of them away, one of which we got as a shiny 98 in return from a special trade, which was awesome. But we move on. We got a Chansey, Rockruff, and you can see tiny shiny Rockruff. Look how small that blue doggo is. It is absolutely incredible how small that dog is. I love it so much. But yeah, we move on. We got Squirtle Calm Day Part 2, and we've transferred a lot of those shinies in transfer challenges. But we did get the shiny 98 Squirtle Squad Squirtles, 1 CP off the Shundo. 1 CP off the Shundo. I was so close, but gotta love it. We did get more Growlithe, Doduo, Blitzel, Yungoos, random stuff, Galarian Zigzagoon. That season, during the summer, Galarian Zigzagoon was insane, just everywhere. But then we had Adventure Week, and I had a lot of fun with Adventure Week. We got ourselves not 1, but 2 shiny Tyrants, one of which I swapped with my fiance for a lucky trade, as I mentioned earlier, with the Riolu. We swapped the Riolu for Tyrant. She really loves Tyrant, so we wanted to see if she could get a Shundo, and I almost got a Shundo from that trade, which was awesome. But yeah, we got ourselves a bunch of Aerodactyls, Kabuto, Apom, randomly, and then we got Poliwags, and then we got Archon, which was awesome. My first ever shiny Archon. Finished that shiny line a little bit later. More Aerodactyls, and our first ever shiny Corsola, which was awesome. I was so happy to pick up this shiny. This is an amazing shiny. It's also a regional, so I was trying to get it while I was in the summer for Florida, and as you can see, I got it on August 2nd. I left Florida on August like 12th, so I got it like with 10 days left before I left. It was definitely a clutch. But we also got our first ever shiny Tortuga, and still our only one, so we're looking for our second one. And we actually traded a shiny for Tauros. I forget which shiny it was. But we move on. We got more shinies to look at, and as you can see, we traded for this, a shiny Amora. I didn't get this one, but we did get one. You'll see it later. But this was one I had to trade for because I went 0 for 712 in this event for Amora. And my brother got 2 of them in the span of 5 minutes. Yeah, that just happens. That's just how it rolls sometimes. But we move on. We got more shinies. Shiny Venipede randomly. We got Petalil, which is awesome. This is actually in the debut event for Petalil. It was debuting in Japan and London for GoFest. And in the world, we had a little bit of an event where we had the chance for it. And I did get it as a shiny. And I actually hatched it from a 2K egg. But we move on. We got more shinies, as you can see, Minun, Cacnea, and actually Mantike. Yes, we got a Mantike, and I traded one of them away. I actually had a Mantike before this one, but I got my first ever shiny Mantike in July, second one in August, thanks to the Adventure Sync 5Ks. And it doesn't stop there. There's one coming up still. But yeah, we got ourselves 2 Paras during the Spotlight Hour, and we got a shiny Swirlix while we went to the zoo and shiny hunted the zoo. That video was a lot of fun. If you guys haven't checked out that video, go check it out. But yeah, we got ourselves a shiny 98 28, here's that trade I was telling you guys about. Was very happy about that one. But then we got ourselves a Drillbur, Sableye. Drillbur, by the way, awesome in that event. Love that. And then right after that, was Froakie Comday. And I absolutely love Froakie and Greninja. So I was very happy to go ahead and get this, a huge shiny Greninja. I mean, look at the size of this thing. This thing is massive. It's also an amazing shiny. But yeah, we go down, more shiny Froakies, and another lucky trade. Again, bad IVs, right? But we move on, and we got this. This was the day we left to New York, and we got a wild shiny Gyarados. Yes, this was a wild shiny Gyarados. It wasn't a Magikarp. It was wild as a Gyarados, and I love seeing the evolved forms in the wild. And I've actually had 2 or 3 wild Gyarados shine for me in the wild, so love that. But then we move on to Go Fest 2023 in New York. This isn't global, not global yet, but we started with none other than Tentacool. A random one to start with, but I wasn't going to complain, and we went ahead and got our 1,000th shiny on the year. Yeah, we've gotten over 1,000 shinies since August 18th. That's insane. But yeah, we move on. We go through our event. We got ourselves a bunch of stuff. We caught a shiny unknown N. Well, Cruise Ship caught us this one. Shout out to Cruise Ship. And we got ourselves a bunch of stuff. And then JT Valor caught us this shiny Tentacool. Shout out to JT, as of course, as a legend. He is. Always been a legend. And yeah, we got more shinies here. Snorlax, Pawniard, which was awesome. My first ever shiny Pawniard. And we completed that line. You guys will see that later. But we also got a Clink. That was a 96. Pretty cool. We got a Spoink, we got Archons, we got a shiny 98 functional Hundo Rayquaza, which was awesome. We've been mega evolving that non-stop. But then we move on, got more Archons, Hitmontop, Tyrant, which I was so happy to get, but my fiance was very mad at me for getting because she was hunting so bad. This is one of her favorite shinies, and she was hunting so bad for it. She couldn't find it. She was grinding during Adventure Week, and then she finally got it in New York. But I had got that before she had gotten hers, so she was a little bit mad at me. But these Lucarios, also forgot to mention, were wild shinies because they were in the wild in New York, and it was so awesome to see that. But then we move on. We got Noibat, Gulpin, Aerodactyl, Shieldon, level 1, which was pretty awesome. Hitmontops everywhere, Aerodactyls, city background Xerneas, which you love to see with that New York background. Looks amazing. Then we move on. We got Lucario, Clink, Dragalge, unknown exclamation point, and a bunch of other unknowns. Dratini, Aerodactyl. I forgot to say these are Satchel Dactyls if you guys didn't know. So awesome. I love it so much. I've traded a few of those away as well. But then we move on to day 2. And we kept popping off. We finally got ourselves a shiny Golett, and then we got 3 of them in like the span of 15 minutes. It was insane. And then we went on and got more shinies, and it just kept getting crazy. Okay, and we got a 666 CP shiny Pawniard. I told you guys we got another one to complete the line, and we kept it going. Got a shiny unknown D. I got the D in New York. Yeah, that's what I said when I got that. But we move on. We got ourselves a shiny Pawniard. And shout out to Cruise Ship, by the way. He said that I got the D in Japan, so I copied him in New York as a funny joke. But we move on with more shinies. As you can see, we got so many. Shout out to Karan, by the way. This is one of his favorite shinies, Tyrant. And I named it after him because he's a legend on the channel. But we move on. We got ourselves Archon, Heatmore, which is my first ever one, which is awesome. Golett, more of those. Kangaskhan, and we do have an XXL one coming up. We'll talk about that in a second. And a Darumaka, yes. I had actually been very, very painful with this thing. This thing took me so long to find. It took until New York. Yes, it took until New York, and I finally got that one as my first shiny, and I got a second one too, which we evolved. But we move on. We got more shinies. You can see Zubat randomly. Golett, Lucario, Kangaskhan, Tyrant, some awesome shinies in there, Archon. And then this, an XXL shiny Kangaskhan. This was one of my just prized possessions from this event, and I don't know why I haven't Mega Evolved it yet, but you can see how big this thing is. I mean, it's huge. Where are my other Kangaskhan? So look, this is a normal Kangaskhan. This one takes up the full screen, okay? Its legs aren't even showing up. Look, its one leg doesn't show up because it's so tall. But yeah, it's awesome. I love that one so much. It's a cool one, and it's a regional from not from my region, so you love to see that. But then we got a Kevin Durant. We did get that. We got a couple more shinies. Picked up so many Scrubs, Goldets, which were the new shinies at that event. And right before we got to Go Fest Global, I got this, a huge shiny Galarian Zigzagoon. As we headed out, as you can see, this is Go Fest 2023, same day, and this was my first shiny Skitty, but same day, I got this right before the event, which you absolutely love to see, and I forgot to show off shiny Jupiter as well. I still haven't gotten my second one to go ahead and evolve it to finish this line. Let me know if you guys think I should evolve this, but it's just an awesome shiny. I love shiny Jupiter and Araquanid so much, and this one debuted again in Japan and London, but I wasn't able to travel to those events. but I got it just randomly, which was awesome. But we move on. We got ourselves some shiny Pikachus with the crowns. I mean, we got at least one or two of every single crown, which was awesome. We got so many shiny Helioptile, Hippowdon, Joltik, which we finally completed a line now, but at the time I hadn't got it done. I only got one during GoFest Global. But we move on, got more shinies. But we move on and got more shinies, including this 96% shiny Goomy, which was awesome. I love Goomy so much, and to get a 96 shiny was absolutely amazing. This was actually my first one back here. Forgot to mention it. But we did get a shiny Goomy, which we evolved into Goodra. We'll show off the Goomies. There they are. Just they look amazing. I love Goomy so much. But we also got ourselves a shiny Oranguru. We only got one of those during that event, but it does look very, very good. Got even more shiny. It's my first ever shiny Remoraid and my second ever shiny Remoraid later on in the day. We got a shiny Miltank, Carvana, Pharisee, just some awesome shinies. Binacle, again, Miltank again, a Alolan Diglett. Love it so much. It's so good. Sunburnt Diglett looks amazing. As you can see, Octillery, that was our second Remoraid. We had one that was level 1. We move on. We almost got a Hundo during this event. A 0-1-0. So close. There's Sunbird Diglett. Gotta put some sunscreen on, man. Well, actually don't, because you're shiny, because you didn't. Yeah, okay, we move on. We got ourselves more shinies, and this was after the event, I believe. And just so many shinies. We got so many shinies. The new season started here with this Stunfisk. It was a great way to start. Got ourselves a Wooper, Hitmontop, and then Charmander Classic Calm Day came around, and we got this, a tiny shiny Charizard, which you love to see. And again, sorry if you guys can hear the dogs. Sorry about that. But yeah, tiny shiny Charizard, love to see it. Iconic shiny, iconic Pokemon, and we hit 3,000 shinies on this day total for, you know, my Pokemon Go career. We're getting close to 4,000. That's going to happen probably at some point in January, because right now I think we're sitting at like 3,900. So we're getting there. But we move on. We got more shinies, and this was the debut event for Lechonk. And you're like, why did you evolve it? Because I got so many. I got so many shiny Lechonks, so many shinies. This is actually the event that I hit level 50 as well, which is awesome. But we got more shinies, a shiny 98 Talonflame, which was awesome. And following that, we got not one, but 2 XXL shiny Lechonks. Huge shiny Lechonks. 2 of them. 1 male, 1 female. I love this shiny so much. If you guys know, I love the pink pig. And these 2 were just my prized possessions for so long, and they still are. Love them so much. But we got more shinies rolling around. This was right when I started streaming a lot more Pokemon Go. So you're going to see some names on the Pokemon. If you guys see your name, shout out to you. That means you guys have been supporting the channel a lot. I name them after people I catch when I catch them in stream. But we also got a shiny Bombardier here and a level 1 shiny Swirlix. Gotta love it. Then we did a challenge video. Got a shiny Pidove in there. So at some point, we also got Research Day. We had Oddish Day, and we got a shiny 96 and 2 Hundos that both weren't shiny, which was a little bit painful. It is what it is, though. Shiny Bellsprout was popping up in there, and then we got a wild shiny Pidgeot, which was awesome. Better than just the Pidgey. For sure better than just the Pidgey. But we moved on. We got more Woopers, which we had the Calm Day later on. Ralts, Wurmple, Meditite, Elgyem, more shinies. And this was actually the debut event for Solosis, and I could not find it, but I had one traded to me. We'll talk about that later. But then we got Grubbin Calm Day. Had a bunch of shiny Grubbins, including this XXL shiny one, which you love to see. Gotta love your huge and tiny shinies, and this was pretty cool. But then we got ourselves more shinies. Shiny Raikou with its return. Feebas, Hisui, and Growlithe. We got tons of those. You're going to see them in a second. Also, tons of Hisui and Growlithe. We did trade for this shiny, K-Cat Pikachu. Shout out to the boy. But then we move on. Got more stuff. And again, and sorry if the angle switched up for a second. I changed arms because my arm was getting a little bit tired. But again, if you guys see name shinies, that's because members or just people in stream got named after those shinies. But as you can see, we got a Hisui and an Arcanine here, and just so much more. I mean, there's so many shinies we got this year. So many Hisui and Growlithe, and I love that thing so much. Then we had Hatch Day. Hatched in shiny 96, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it was a cool day. I know a lot of people didn't really like Azurill being the Hatch Day mon. It was still a lot of fun for me. But we got more shinies. As you can see, tons of Feebas, and that isn't even the spotlight hour that we had recently. But again, Hisui and Growlithe loved me, and these 2 were back to back. It was absolutely insane. One of my craziest moments of the year. Don't know how that didn't make the top 10. Oops, maybe that should have made the top 10. But we move on. We got ourselves more shinies to go ahead and look at. But then we had the Detective Pikachu event. And we got so many of the Slowpoke. We literally got 20 of them. So many. But we also got a bunch of Detective Pikachu. And it has this little animation, which is so awesome. We had the Good Detective, of course, Slowpoke. But we had other shinies that we found that event, including Shiny Guzzlord, which debuted in October, which you love to see. And yeah, I mean, just Karan. Shout out to Karan for helping us get that shiny Pikachu on stream, and so many more. And then shiny Mantic. I currently have it holding down the gym somewhere, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we hatched the shiny Mantic, which is awesome. I talked about it. We've hatched 3 this year from those Adventure Stick 5Ks. Absolutely crazy. But we went on, got more shinies. As you can see, another shiny Lechonk. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And another Guzzlord. And we got, he's trying, guys. It's a male Combi that has good IVs, right? He's trying to be useful, okay? But then we move on to Timber Community Day. I almost said Girder Community Day. And we got a shiny Pumpkaboo during that event, which you love to see, as well as just a bunch of Timbers, which was awesome. We also got 2 Hundos on that day. We'll see the Hundos in a little bit. But then we move on. We got a bunch of Wurmples. Yeah, those things loved me during whatever that event was. I think it was the Pumpkaboo event. But then we move on to this, which we got an XL Pumpkaboo. Another one. Pretty good. More Petaloos as well. For some reason, Petaloo just started loving me, which was awesome. Wasn't complaining. We move on. Got even more shinies. We got Guzzlord, Munchlax, Riolu, a couple Drifloons, and a Kecleon. This started the Halloween event, as you can see by the ghostly vibes, but also because it was just awesome to see this. And we did get that shiny Kecleon nice and early during the Halloween. And this was honestly when my channel started to like really pick up. And I just want to say thank you guys again for like the insane support this year. We came into the year with 1,000 something subscribers. I think it was like 1,100. And we're ending it with almost 14K. Thank you guys so much, like honestly. But we move on. The grind doesn't stop. We got more shinies, and we had an insane stream where we got 5 shinies on stream. It was crazy. Nice. But we also got shiny Darkrai, which you love to see. This was on the first Darkrai we got this year was on the Skorupi Incense Day, which I didn't get a Skorupi during. Weird. But we did get 2 shiny Darkrai's within a couple days of each other, and I love shiny Darkrai so much. And we kept grinding that event, got even more shinies, and a shiny Phantom. I absolutely love this shiny. It's one of my favorite shinies of all time, and I was very, very happy to go ahead and pick up not 1, not 2, but 3 on the day of its Spotlight Hour. I did catch 1 before it, and then 2 during, which was awesome. Love to see that. Then part 2 rolled around. We got ourselves some costumes, more costumes, and we got Chef Gengar. Shout out to Chef Gengar, man. He's making the best meals, right? But we got not 1, but 2, and an XXL shiny Pumpkaboo, which you love to see. So many shinies during this event. We also got this and this, a shiny Zora, which debuted this year, and I honestly love this shiny so much. Honestly, it was such a cool moment. Unfortunately, my stream crashed when it did happen, but it was an amazing shiny. Then we move on. We got shiny Pawniard, Pumpkaboo, Sableye. Again, we're all over the place this event. A shiny Shadow Bellsprout, which was awesome, and this was random. A random shiny Dedenne. Yeah, my second one, randomly caught during Halloween. Gotta love it. I mean, I love that shiny so much. Chocolate Mouse. But then we move on. We got ourselves an XXL shiny Pumpkaboo yet again to complete that line. We've completed all sizes lines for Pumpkaboo. Awesome. Then we move on. We got ourselves a Piplup with the Pimp Piplup. That's what we were calling it. Pimp Piplup. There we go. It's a great shiny. Great costume. Love it. But it's a mid shiny. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But then we got ourselves another shiny Darkrai. Got ourselves a 93% shiny Galarian Zigzagoon. A Pikachu with the outfit. I love this thing so much. It took us until the final day. And not only did we get that, but we also got the Piplup, right? They were both like these 2 were on the final day, the Piplup and the Pikachu. But the Vulpix was the day before the final day. Didn't even mention that. Sorry. But we move on. We got more stuff, including Litwicks everywhere. Unfortunately, we didn't get the costume Cubone, but we did get 2 of these shiny Duskulls, which was awesome. One of which was caught on stream. Thank you guys for tuning into the streams. You know, you guys have been supporting like crazy on the streams. We're gonna be back on the streams more when we're back in PA. We're spending a lot of time with family right now, so haven't been able to stream as much. But we keep it going. We got ourselves a WooperCom Day, and this was so much fun. We got so many shiny Woopers on WooperCom Day. I mean, you could see the endless amounts of shinies. It was insane. And we also got our first ever shiny Pamport. This was live on stream. That was awesome. We also got this live on stream. A shiny 98 functional Hundo Lechonk, which you love to see. I'm keeping that thing as a Lechonk. Might max it to level 50. Let me know if I should in the comments down below. But we keep going. We got ourselves even more shinies, as you can see. We've just been grinding a lot this year. And we actually did a random trade with my fiance on stream and got this Goku bat. which was crazy. But we move on, got more shinies, Magnemites. This was a shiny that we got actually as we hit 10,000 subscribers. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are absolute legends. But this was a shiny Virizion, which was pretty awesome. And we move on, we got ourselves the Morlo debut event. And we got not one, but two shiny Morlos. You guys will see the second one in a little bit. But we had Garchomp raid day first, and we had ourselves a pretty good day, and this being the best IVs. And we actually got a level 1 Voltorb, which was pretty cool too. But then we move on, got more shinies, got a lucky trade, a trade that just went lucky, which was for Paldean Wooper. I'm trying to get a Hundo one on those. But we move on, we got ourselves more shinies, and as you can see, boom, Fashion Week is here. Yes, and I love Fashion Week so much. If you guys know me, I love this event so much. And we actually got ourselves a shiny Pancham. Yes, on day 1 of Fashion Week, we got a shiny Pancham from a solo 12 keg, which was just insane. We went ahead and got so many costume shinies, though. We got 1, 2, and 3 shiny Gothittas on the same day. It was insane. It was insane. One of which was on stream. We kept it going and got some more shinies, including the Pichu, which was awesome, and more. And then arguably my rarest shiny in my account, a level 1 tiny shiny male Frillish. And this started our 10-hour stream. We got 11 shinies on that day, which was awesome. Shout out to you guys that did tune into that. We're gonna have another 10-hour stream in 2024, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. But we go on, we got more stuff. We got this was a spotlight hour for Dunsparce. It was fun. I got 2. But then we move on. We got Karan trading us an absolutely legendary shiny with this Dragonite. I invited him to 2 shiny Dragonites. My fiance to 1. I think it was Leslie to 1 if I got that wrong. Sorry. But it was a couple people, couple members, and a couple people that I invited to shiny Dragonites. And he was kind enough to go ahead and swap one with me. But then we move on. Got ourselves more shinies. And this Lechonk we caught in New York. Hopefully my accent was good there. Look, it's getting late in the video. The sanity is getting loose. But we move on. We got more shinies. Mareep Conde, including an XXL shiny right here with a XXL shiny Ampharos, which was a Mareep. But we move on. We got more shinies. We actually hatched a Alolan Vulpix that day, which was pretty cool. We got more shinies to go through. And then we got ourselves a shiny Spinda. I told you we were getting another one of those later. But we followed that up with a Hisuian Growlithe and a Gothita. Awesome luck right there. But we move on, got even more shinies. Another shiny Lechonk. I need as many big pigs as I could get. And I think I caught that during the spotlight hour, which was awesome. But then we got Hisuian Samurai Raid Day. But right before that, we got Joltik and Tauros, which was awesome. 2 very, very rare shinies. I mean, Tauros more rare than Joltik probably. But, I mean, 2 awesome shinies that I needed as well. Tauros, it was my second one. But Joltik completed my shiny line with that. But then we move on. We got ourselves our 2,000 shiny of 2023. So as you can see, we're getting towards the end, but we keep going because we've had a huge month in December, and we did have a recap column day to help with that. But we got ourselves 6 shiny Hisuian Samurots on raid day. Then we move on. We got Halo randomly, and then we had the craziest spotlight hour of the year. We had so many, as you can see. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was 9 shinies during the spotlight hour. Insane. We also got Hisuian Sneasel, which was awesome. We didn't get just one though. You'll see the second one soon. But then we got Bidoof, an absolute legend, and another Feebas. Yeah, just another Feebas. But then raid hour came around. We got ourselves a shiny Reshiram. Followed that up with 2 shiny Bonsleys, a Spoink, and a Timber. 2 shiny Bonsleys, by the way, that were in the same batch of eggs, which was awesome. Move on, we got more Feebas, a Hisuian Growlithe, love it. Slugmas popped up, 2 of them. I think it was 2 of them. Were they back to back, or was it like 2 in like a minute? It was something like that. It was insane. But then we got ourselves another Hisuian Sneasel, which we evolved into shiny Sneasler, which you love to see. Got more shinies, including 3 shiny Lillipups on stream, as well as this and this. A shiny Pichu, which was awesome. But then we move on to Cragganol Research Day is what I call it, but it's technically not that. I think it was, Cragganol Catch Day, Ice Catch Day, whatever it was. But we did get this, a shiny Shadow Zapdos that had really good IVs. But yeah, the Cragganol Day was a lot of fun. We got 5 shiny Cragganol's, 5 shiny Bergmites, and a shiny Shadow Zapdos, and a Bronzor, randomly. But then we move on. We got a Grubbin, Scyther. I mean, just awesome shinies. Dittos. This was the event that we had Dittos popping up. And right before that event started, actually, I got this, a wild shiny Glalie, which was really, really cool to see. I love that. But then we got more shinies, Dittos. We traded for the Slowsis. I mentioned that earlier. We traded a Golett for that, which was pretty cool. So it was caught in this year, so it still counts. Then we move on. We got ourselves even more shinies. Did a lucky trade for Goomy. It went alright, it wasn't anything too special, but kept it going, got even more shinies, including a level 1 shiny Ditto, which you love to see. Got more shinies after that, Zekrom's, a Timber, and then this starts recap com. Oh, no, Not yet, sorry. That Timber was not during recap comment day. Sorry. But we move on. We got Coughing. We got Ninetales, which is a Vulpix. Got a couple of those. I love shiny Ninetales so much. But got a couple Dittos. And then recap comment day finally starts. There we go. Togetic. It starts with the Togetic. And as you can see, we scroll down. We have so many shinies that we caught between the 2 days. It was over 120 shinies, I believe. And one of these eventually, wherever they are, I think it's up more. Where did it go? Where's my tiny shiny? There it is. My tiny shiny swine of 69 CP. Nice. But then we move on. We also got ourselves a bunch of other awesome shinies, including Willy Froggy here, which is a huge shiny Froakie, my second one, which was awesome. If I had one more, I would have had the line done, which is crazy. But then we got ourselves even more shinies, including level 1 shinies and recap comment day shinies, as you can see. A lot of them, but then the Christmas event starts, and we started with this, a tiny shiny Scyther, which was awesome, followed by a female shiny Combi. This is one of the rarest shinies in Pokemon Go, just because you have to get it as a shiny 1 in 500 odds, and then as a female still, too, which is insane. But then we got more shinies. We went to New York, found shinies in New York, got ourselves a 96% shiny Eevee the day we got in Florida. We actually got 3 shiny Eevees on the same day. These 3 were hatched on the same day. It was crazy. Well, this one was caught, and then these 2 were hatched 2 and 3 eggs. That was nuts. We move on, got more Darumaka's, got more of everything. Weird Deer Raid Day rolled around. We got a shiny 96 and 2 Hundos. We still have the Hundos to go ahead and talk about, but we also got ourselves some more stuff to get, including a big pig, which we love to see. And we actually got 3 shiny Weird Deers in a row, which was nuts. Crazy to say that. We also traded for this shiny Pika. Shout out to my friend. We went ahead and traded him I think it was 2 scrubs for it, which is pretty good deal. I mean, right, please? Then we also traded for a shiny Ditto. Some of these are traded. We took advantage of the extra special trades on that day. But then we got ourselves a shiny Regigigas, which is pretty awesome. This one actually has pretty good IVs as well, 15, 11, 15. We scrolled down. We got more shinies, Burmy, Lapras, which actually was traded. I swapped that with my fiance. We swapped Lapras's. Latios, Scyther, Cubchoo, Froakie, Cleffa, which was awesome. It's my first ever shiny Cleffa. This was pretty recent. And then starts part 2 of the holidays event. And Psyduck, I love Psyduck so much. Look, the plushie is right over here. He's going to tell you guys to subscribe later in the video. But, I mean, this thing is just awesome. I love shiny Psyduck so much. I was happy to get that one with the costume. And we got tons of shinies, including another Regigigas during Raid Hour, a shiny Shadow Dratini right towards the end of the year, and then back-to-back shiny Vanillite Heracross, which was nuts. And now something that you guys will see in yesterday's video, shiny Corsola again. Yes, shiny Corsola again. We ended the year with a bang, as well as my first ever Elekid. But give me a second, because I'm going to reposition the camera so we can get to the Hundos. And now we continue with our Hundos, and we got ourselves a Hundo Larvitar on Community Day, which was pretty awesome. But we also followed it up with a Hoppip. Not as exciting, but we move on to Las Vegas, where we got ourselves a Hundo Pikachu from Research and a Hundo Groudon from a raid, which was awesome. But painfully enough, I mean, we did get more shinies, as you can see. We got a couple gold pins. We got a Lotad, Torchic, which was awesome, and this gold pin yet again. But not too long after that, we did fail a Hundo Groudon. So 1 Hundo here that we didn't get. But we did get 112, forgot to mention that at the top there. 112 Hundos for the year. Amazing amount, honestly. It was a pretty good amount. But we move on. We got Sableye, Hitmonlee, that was caught on the Hitmon Day. Castform, which was pretty cool from Research. Munchlax, we got a few of those, I think, this year. And Eevee with the crown and a Happity with the crown, which is pretty cool. 2 Hundos there. And a Pichu with the crown. I forgot I got that one, honestly, too. Awesome. Let's go. Keep it going. We got a Whalmer. We got a Mamoswine on Calm Day. We got Pidove, which you purified. Giraffe, which you purified. And then, I know you guys don't want to see this. I purified a Hundo Mewtwo. It was a horrible decision. But to be honest, it was a 13, 13, 13. I had better ones, 6 better ones to be exact. And I was pissed off. I went 0 for 83 on Shadow Shiny Mewtwo. Yeah, it was very, very painful. But we move on. Got more Hundos. Wimpod we hatched. Clauncher we got from Research Task. A Hundo Squirtle. Gotta love it. We keep it going. We got this, a Rowlet, which we're actually saving for Calm Day very, very soon to evolve. We got that from just randomly trading Rowlets with my fiance. She really wanted the Hundo, and I got it. So I'm sorry, babe. But we move on. We got 2 Ponytas. These were actually caught on the same day, which was really, really cool. A Galarian and a Cantonian Ponyta on the same day. We also got a tiny Hundo, which was awesome. My only tiny Hundo in my collection, so that's pretty cool. Got Revenge on Groudon for the one that we failed. We got another Hundo Groudon, so I've gotten 3 of those. One of them which got away. But then we got a Hundo Charmander on Calm Day. We got ourselves a Hundo Meowscarada. which was pretty cool. We also followed that up with a Sprigatito and a Lechonk. Gotta love a Hundo Lechonk. But yeah, we got ourselves more Hundos, 2 of which the auditions on not catch day, research day. Got a Hisuian Growlithe from an egg. Got Galarian Darmanitan, which I should probably max out to level 50, but you guys are going to see another one soon. We got 2 XXL shinies during Halloween, which was, Hundos during Halloween, which was awesome. These were both Pumpkaboo, obviously. Got 2 Timbers Hundos, one of which was actually, a Girder, which you got from the research, randomly, from the $1 research. Thank you, $1 research. Got a Galarian Meowth, an Apom, which you purified, a few Small Lives, Vulpix, and then a Costume Vulpix, which was awesome. Should I evolve that? I don't know. Maybe. But we move on, got more Hundos, got hatched this during Wooper Day. Really cool. Hundo Dino, gotta love to see that. We purified a Hundo Articuno, which honestly I'm not mad about because 13, 13, 14 was always going to purify that because Articuno is not good in its shadow form or its normal form. Sorry to hear that. But we also got ourselves some Hundos for, what's it called? Fashion Week. There we go. Got 2 Digletts, Dapper Digletts, got a Smoochum and a Shinx, which you love to see. A Swablu randomly, Hundo, cool. Quillfish, we got a Hisuian Sneasel from an egg, Voltorb from an egg. This one, just a random trade with my fiance, got a Hundo. I just couldn't believe that one. That one was crazy. But yeah, we also got a Hisuian shiny Sneasel from those tasks. From this Hundo task, I got a shiny Hisuian Sneasel, which was awesome because it was traded Pokemon the tasks. But we move on. We got Coughing during that Ditto event. We got ourselves during Recap Com Day. We hatched this and caught one of my favorite Pokemon, Clodsire. What was it? Palday and Wooper, but it turned into Hundo Clodsire, which you love to see. Then we got back-to-back Hundo Weird Ears, which was just absolutely insane. One of my craziest moments of the year. And it wasn't even a shiny moment, but we got ourselves 2 Hundo Spiels with the costume this event and 2 Darumaka, one of which I hatched literally today when I'm recording this, with a Hundo Galarian Darumaka. So we got 2 Darumakas, but we got 112 Hundos, 2,273 shinies, and that wraps up this very long video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, but Psyduck said, you guys should subscribe because if you guys have watched this far into the video, you guys are legends and you should definitely hit that subscribe button. So many shinies on the year, so many Hundos. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and the year. Time to go to 2024. My goal for the 2024, I always set the goal at the end of these videos. It's going to be to beat my shiny count from this year. We want 2,300 shinies and 125 Hundos. That's my goal for next year. So make sure to hit that subscribe button to see if we can hit it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.